Why being busy is keeping you stuck. Most people feel busy almost every day. Their schedules are full, their calendars are packed, their to-do lists never seem to end. From the outside, it looks productive. It looks like movement. It looks like effort. It even feels responsible. But for many people, something frustrating happens over time. Despite staying busy, despite working hard, despite constantly doing something, very little actually changes. The same financial stress stays. The same goals stay unfinished. The same sense of being behind quietly follows them from year to year. This creates a confusing experience because being busy feels like progress. But activity and progress are not the same thing, and the gap between them is where many people get stuck for years. The modern world quietly rewards visible activity, fast replies, constant notifications, back-to-back tasks. It creates the feeling that motion equals effectiveness, so people keep moving. They answer emails quickly. They multitask constantly. They jump from one task to another, and at the end of the day, they feel exhausted. But exhaustion is not proof of progress. Sometimes it is just proof of friction. One of the biggest traps in productivity is what psychologists sometimes call the motion illusion. Motion illusion happens when the brain mistakes movement for meaningful progress. Checking things off feels good. Completing small tasks feels satisfying. Staying occupied reduces the discomfort of stillness. But none of those things guarantee forward movement on what actually matters. This is where busyness becomes dangerous because it hides the truth. When you are constantly busy, you rarely stop long enough to ask the uncomfortable question, is any of this actually moving me forward? Most people avoid that question, not intentionally, but because busyness creates emotional cover. It feels responsible, it feels disciplined, it feels productive, and because it feels productive, it rarely gets questioned. But if you zoom out over months or years, a pattern often appears. A lot of activity, very little meaningful change. This happens because busyness is often reactive. You respond to what is in front of you. You handle what feels urgent. You clear what is immediately demanding attention. But progress usually comes from what is important, not what is urgent. Urgent tasks shout. Important tasks whisper. Busy people spend most of their time responding to what is loud. Effective people spend more time protecting what is quiet. This is a subtle but powerful difference. Because the loud tasks never stop. There will always be more emails, more messages, more small fires to put out. If your day is fully consumed by reacting, you can stay busy forever without changing your long-term direction. This is how years quietly pass without major progress, not because of laziness, but because of misdirected effort. Another reason busyness keeps people stuck is that it fragments attention. Every time you switch tasks, your brain pays a small cost. Focus resets, momentum breaks, cognitive energy drains. Individually, these costs feel small, but stacked across a full day, they become significant. Deep progress usually requires uninterrupted focus, but busyness thrives on interruption, notifications, meetings, context switching. Each one chips away at the mental state required for meaningful work. This is why many people feel mentally tired but strategically unchanged. Their energy is being spent, but not invested. There is also an emotional reward built into staying busy. Busyness removes discomfort. When you are constantly occupied, you do not have to sit with uncertainty. You do not have to confront slow progress. You do not have to face the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Activity becomes a form of avoidance, not in an obvious way, in a socially acceptable way, because no one criticizes someone for working hard. But sometimes, constant activity is just well-disguised distraction. The people who quietly pull ahead usually do something different. They protect focus. They are more selective with their time. They are willing to look less busy in the short term to create more progress in the long term. This can feel uncomfortable at first, because slowing down strategically often looks like doing less. But effective progress is rarely about doing more things. It is about doing the right things consistently. There is a difference between a full schedule and a focused one. A full schedule feels impressive. A focused schedule creates results. Busy people often optimize for volume. Effective people optimize for leverage. Leverage means choosing actions that continue producing results after the initial effort. Writing one thoughtful piece of content can outperform dozens of scattered tasks. Building one strong system can remove hundreds of future decisions. Creating one focused habit can outperform bursts of random effort. But leverage requires patience, and patience feels uncomfortable in a world that rewards visible motion. This is why many people default back to busyness. It provides immediate emotional feedback. Progress often delays it. Over time, this creates two very different paths. One path is full of constant activity, always moving, always responding, always catching up. But the long-term trajectory stays mostly flat. The other path looks quieter, fewer tasks, more protected focus, more intentional structure. At first, the difference is hard to see, but over time, the gap widens, because focused effort compounds, while scattered effort resets. If you feel constantly busy but not meaningfully closer to your goals, this may be the quiet pattern underneath. It does not mean you are doing anything wrong intentionally. It simply means your effort may be pointed in too many directions at once. Progress usually requires concentration of effort, not just expansion of activity. The goal is not to eliminate work. The goal is to eliminate unnecessary motion, to reduce friction, to protect the few actions that actually move your life forward. This requires something most people rarely practice: intentional restraint, choosing what not to do, letting some things wait, allowing some noise to go unanswered. This feels uncomfortable at first, but it creates space for meaningful progress to finally take hold. Because the quiet rule is simple: being busy can feel productive, but focused consistency is what actually moves you forward.